Welcome, guys. I'm really excited. This is going to be the... I just came up with a name. Let's find out how you guys feel about it. D&D in BED.
Wow. That hurts. That really hurts.
I don't get it. Oh.
I'm not in bed. That's the funny part.
Bad.
Are any of us in bed?
I mean, I'm not in bed, but you guys are going to be in Bedlam.
Lovely.
Good. That was good. That was a good reaction. I've decided that's the name. You will not change it. So, I'm just going to talk to you guys about, like, what we're going to do before we start, just as a reminder for everyone. So, this is going to be a podcast. Again, I am turning it in for a project for Modern America, and it's about the history of Bedlam. Basically, your characters are going to be going through the history of Bedlam, and your characters' goals are going to be escaping and figuring out who they are. Your characters are essentially amnesiacs. Sure, all of your stats will stay the same, but you guys have to find clues as to who your characters are in the history of Bedlam. Alright, so if we can get started, guys, I would like to have us start off by going through and introducing characters again. We can do it in the order that we're showing up in Discord, so that would start with Brandon. And just introduce your character.
I'm gonna go last.
Okay, Brandon will go last. So then let's start with Lily and work our way up.
Alright, are we using names? Because we are amnesiacs.
Yeah, just use your character
names. You're just gonna need to tell me
names.
because the organization of the people in the chat is different for me.
Yeah, I'll just read it off for you guys. Just use character names for now. And you guys can go by those character names until you figure out who you actually are.
Okay. So, hi, I'm Lucy. I'm a little 7-year-old halfling monk.
Hi, Lucy.
Hi, Lucy. Oh my god, this is a weird AA meeting. There's a 7-year-old.
There's so much awkward silence. Oh, jeez.
That was great. That was so good. Next up, we're gonna have Rachel.
Okay, I'm Lakar Drib. I'm a gnome.
Rogue, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Next up, we have Zidane's character. Maybe
Sure.
not.
You did.
Yeah, I see.
Sorry, I was talking to my father. Mine's Gimli, a 3-foot-tall dwarf paladin.
Yep. Cool. And then...
Hi, Dipley. No one's
Gimli.
doing it.
Gimli. Like from Lord of the Rings? Gee.
Never seen it.
What?
Sorry.
Oh, no. Oh, you better be.
Oh, dear. And then next up is Brandon. Brandon?
Yeah.
Introduce your character. Okay, cool. Azazel.
Did he say something?
Yeah, he said Azazel, which is the name of his character. And his character is a tiefling rogue. So a little devil person. Alright, cool. So, why don't we just jump into it, huh?
Yeah.
Alright.
Rad.
God, we're doing it. This feels weird. Alright. So, to start off this lovely campaign, all of your characters wake up from a deep sleep. And each of you wake up in separate rooms. And you are in prison cells upstairs in the old hospital. You hear movement outside. You can tell you're upstairs because you can hear movement downstairs. And you can tell you're on the second floor because, again, movement downstairs. And there are various puzzles to escape your rooms. So, let's start off with whose puzzle did I list first? God, I have to do that. Okay, Zidane's. Alright, so Zidane. Your character wakes up restrained by manacles. You are cuffed to your bed. On your arm, there is a welt forming that looks like it is some sort of grease burn. So you need to get out of the locks. There are words written all over the walls. They are like, you belong here, you're trapped here, you can't get out. One set that really draws your eye, though, is something that says, say what you are.
I speak aloud and say I'm dead inside.
You say that and nothing happens.
Oh, fuck. Well, I don't know what to do with that now. I guess I'll pull against the restraints.
Alright, go ahead and roll, like, an athletics check to see if you can brute force your way out of them.
An athletics check?
Yeah.
Alright, what am I supposed to roll?
So you roll a d20, and then you would add your athletics modifier if you have that pulled up. If not, I can pull it up for you.
Oh, I got it. Give me a minute. I just gotta switch over to it. Alright, I rolled a 16 and athletics. Let me look. Plus 6.
Jesus. So you kind of stand up as well as you can, and you pull with all of your might against these restraints, and you can feel them pulling the bed that they are attached to. However, they don't come undone. It appears that they have some sort of magic that is keeping them locked, as opposed to just them being locks. One thing you do
Can
notice...
I just, like, get up and
One thing
Can I get up and walk around with a bed attached to my back?
I mean, yeah, but the door is still locked.
Yeah, but I'm on my feet. Actually, I can't do that depending on the size of the bed.
Yeah, it's a pretty big bed. It's like twice your size.
I mean, I'm 3 foot, so that's not a very big bed.
Yeah. But one thing I will tell you is that you do notice you are not dressed in the garb you would expect to be dressed in. Based on the appearance of this cell, you would think you'd be in, like, loose, tattered robes or something like that. You know, like a prisoner. However, you realize that you are dressed in very nice clothing. Like a loose-fitting flannel and a nice vest over it. Good shoes as opposed to bare feet on the cold stone floor. And in general, you do not look like you are dressed like a prisoner.
I swear to God, if Samson rears his ugly head again.
No, Samson is not in this campaign.
Okay, good. Well, shit, my binding is magical. I can move it, but I can move the bed. I guess I can scooch around. I mean, I guess, can I move the bed and see what's, like, under it? Possibly?
Yeah. So you kind of look underneath the bed, and there is a small drain in the floor for, like, any liquids. The ceiling doesn't look to be super well put together, so you would think that that's probably for rainwater. But you also see a note, which is actually taped to the underside of the bed, and it says, like, I don't belong in here. I need to get out of here. It's not me who's the patient.
It's not me who's the patient. Oh, that's great.
And you are again reminded of the words written on the wall, the main one that drew your eye being, say what you are.
I guess I say a patient.
Do you say you're patient?
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Oh, well, shit. Can I check my pockets?
You check your pockets, and the main thing you find is, like, you find a syringe, you find some tweezers, various like small medical supplies that you would expect to be in any first aid kit.
Am I a nurse or a doctor? So I guess say nurse. I say aloud, I'm a nurse, and then I say aloud, I'm a doctor, just in case.
Once you say I'm a doctor, the manacles come off of you and kind of just drop to the floor with a loud clang. And you kind of rub your wrist because it is now suddenly free, and you hear the door unlock.
I pull out my syringe with murderous intent.
Excellent. You wake up, you're free to move around. There are 4 candles set into the wall with the door. Once you try the door, you realize it's locked. Each of the candlesticks say different numbers. One says 3, one says 6, one says 4, and one says 5. And they are all burning a kind of yellowish hue. And that's the room you're in. What would you like to do?
Perception check on
Perception check on what? Sorry, you cut out.
the room.
All right. Let me know what you roll.
14 plus 1.
All right. So you inspect the room, you kind of look in the cracks between the stones, and one thing you notice is under the bed there's a box full of bottles, and when you pull it out, you realize that they are filled with dyed sand. And I'll put into the chat what the colors are so that you can remember. But the colors are red, purple, I'm just doing this dumb, but it's fine, blue, green, and magenta.
Well, that's very helpful. Alright. So there's nothing else in the room.
I mean, there's the bed, there's a bunch of straw littering the ground, and there's the candlesticks that say the numbers 3, 6, 4, and 5.
Are the candles lit?
Yes, and they all have this kind of yellow hue.
Okay. Light the straw on fire. Jump on.
What do you want to do with this lit straw?
Burn up.
I mean, you burn up the straw, but nothing really happens. The straw just goes away.
It's locked.
Yeah, the door's locked. Do you want to roll insight for some sort of clue?
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and roll insight.
7.
I'll say that's enough. So, you know that there is a way to change the color of different fires.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. So what would you like to do?
And there's 4 candles.
Yep, and I'll type out the numbers. There is 3, 6, 4, and 5.
Okay. Put the red sand, take a red sand, put it on the 3 candle.
Alright.
Take a pinch of the blue sand, put it on the 4 candle. Pinch of green on the 5 candle, and purple on the 6.
Excellent. So you put those different colors on the candles and they all light up with those brilliant colors. And once you get all of those colors figured out, the door clicks and you're free to step outside. Next up is... Okay, so next up is Rachel's character.
Yay.
You wake up on a pile of straw in a restraining belt. So, a restraining belt is basically a belt that goes all the way around your body, holding your arms against you. And it goes up into your head to kind of hold your head in position. I can look up a picture and put it in chat if you'd like.
Okay.
Okay. So as you realize you're kind of in a forced position here, you kind of look around and you see shadow-like figures moving around you. Can I get you to roll a Constitution save?
So that's the D20, right?
Yeah, that's the D20, and you will add your Constitution saving throw thing, which for you is +0.
Okay, I rolled a 17.
Excellent. So perfect. You managed to save, and they all just kind of stay these corporeal shadows that are moving around you. And you remember these figures kind of moving around and being in some sort of past life. Like you vaguely recognize their shapes, but you can't really put together who they are. You also notice on the restraining belt there is a lock. Is there anything you would like to do?
Can these shadows, like, do anything? Or, like, can they interact with me or no?
What would you like to do to try to figure that out?
I'll say sup to them. Sup, shadows.
They don't seem
friendly?
to react.
Okay.
You want to try?
Can I walk around with it?
Yes. Your legs are not chained to the wall. There is, like, chains attached to the wall to suggest that they could be. However, they are not right now.
Oh, okay.
But your arms are kind of pinned at your sides, and you can't really move your head much. You can only kind of look straight forward.
Can I break out of them?
Roll an athletics check.
Okay, 18, and then where's +3, so
Okay.
21.
Jesus, yeah. So you kind of try to force yourself free from them, and you manage to break the part that is holding your arms. However, the part that is holding your head is still there, and you're kind of having a hard time trying to get that off without hurting yourself.
Okay, cool. Do I have pockets? Do I have things?
You are in kind of a very tattered garb. Like a very much falling apart robe.
So I'm just like a mental patient?
Essentially.
Great. Are the shadows still there and like?
Yep,
around
they're
stuff?
all kind of moving around, kind of going through walls as if they're ghosts. One of them, at various points, will approach you and kind of wave or do some other gesture to you. You can't really tell. They're very obscured, but
Can I wave back at it?
you wave back at it and it just kind of goes through you.
Oh. I don't know. Can I like roll a perception or insight check?
All right, go ahead and roll for perception.
Okay, got 16.
Okay. So you do notice... Yeah. So you do notice there is one shadow sitting on the straw. You must not have noticed it because you were probably, like, in it.
Oh.
And it's roughly shaped like you, and it is sitting down, and it looks like it is sewing or knitting something while sitting in this straw. And you kind of think like, huh, I wonder if this is someone who is here. I wonder if they dropped anything.
If they what? Sorry.
Dropped anything.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna go check around the straw, see if they have, like, needle stuff around there.
Alright, go ahead and roll perception.
18.
Alright, then yeah, you managed to find a needle in a haystack.
Cool, can
Nice.
Yeah, you can roll sleight of hand to be able to undo that last lock.
12.
I'll say that does it. You managed to kind of undo the lock and get yourself out of there. And
Yeah.
as you hear the lock click, you also hear the door click open.
Cool.
Next up is Lucy.
Yay!
So your room, gosh, shut up, computer. Your room by far looks the happiest. It is plush, it is pink, it looks lovely, and it has a bunch of stuffed animals.
Yay!
You go to test the door is locked, and it's actually kind of weird. It's like, it's pink paint over the stone cold walls. It's, like grass growing in between the stone bricks that make up the floor, to kind of resemble some sort of carpeting. And all of the stuffed animals are very pristine, very well kept, except for maybe one. You see some sort of dirty one somewhere in there.
All right, I'm gonna jump into the pile.
You
First
jump
thing.
You jump into the giant pile of stuffed animals. It is very comfortable and nice and plush and cozy.
Heck yeah! All right, and then I'm gonna search for the one dirty one so I can give it an extra big hug because it seems sad.
So you pull out the extra dirty one. Sorry, I just put in the chat the restraining belt. You pull out the dirty one, you give it a nice big hug, and you hear the door, you like close your eyes to like bring it in, and you hear the door click. When you open your eyes to kind of confirm that the door is open, all of the other stuffed animals have vanished. All of the pink, all the grass is gone.
Oh,
And you are alone in a very dark room.
no, friends, no!
The bear that you are holding is just a piece of cloth. It's not even a bear.
I want it all the same.
Alright, so I'm going to say that you all managed to finish your puzzles kind of at the same time, and you all kind of step out at the same time. And you end up looking up and down this hallway. I'm going to sketch a picture and throw it into chat. Basically, it is a hallway. There are 4 doors on your guys' side, the doors that you all just kind of came out of. And there are 4 doors on the other side. They look less like cell doors, though. Probably the doors of, like, some servants or something. And then you hear a fire crackling in a hearth down the hallway, and you kind of hear people talking down the hall. There is a lovely carpet that is stretching all the way down the hallway, and all in all, it's actually a very lovely scene. Let me just get that sketch for you. Alright, this is pretty rough, but I will throw it in the chat all the same. Once I get that up. So, You guys kind of all kind of look at each other just like, man, we all got out at the same time. That's kind of weird. Is there any exchange you guys would like to have before you kind of walk down this hallway?
Hi.
I was actually... Someone was opening my door, remember?
You opened your own door.
Oh, I thought someone was opening the door, and that's why I had the syringe out.
No, you just had a syringe. It's a rough sketch, but there it is.
Oh, that's, yeah. Rough. I've seen rough.
Cool.
Oh.
So we're in those those 4 side rooms, I would assume? And
Yeah,
this big
you
room.
guys were in the 4 rooms that are on the right side there. And you guys are kind of looking down into that big box room thing.
Hi.
I do have a +3 perception.
So, Lucy, I'm gonna say that you are in the room that is the closest to the lounge. And when you say, like, hi, you hear a man coming out of the lounge, and he says, "Oh, hello, everyone. Good morning. Would you like breakfast?"
No.
breakfast?
I want out.
I'm gonna go hide behind Zidane.
Behind Zidane specifically.
Well, he has a syringe.
Good point. He says, well, if you get hungry, breakfast is downstairs. Lucy, and he kind of refers to Lucy.
Hello.
He says, hello, how did you sleep, little one?
Who are you?
I'm the bishop.
What's a bishop?
He kind of like laughs and ruffles your hair and just says, well, I'll be seeing you later, little one. And he kind of
Okay.
he kind of leaves and goes through the next room. So you guys all go down into this lounge type room. There is a crackling fireplace on the on the left wall, on the bottom left wall there, and there are a few chairs seated around it. There is also a fireplace on the far right wall. Sorry, the one on the left wall is a bookshelf. There's a fireplace on the far right wall. I'm getting confused. And there are a couple couches and a nice table. On those couches are various people who appear to be some sort of religious figures. They are wearing nice robes. They are talking to each other. They have Christian symbols on them, whether that's sewn onto the robes or, in their hands or some sort of thing. And they are all talking kind of quietly about the man who just left down the stairs being up in the upper left-hand corner. And they're all kind of saying like, he doesn't really care about this institution, and he's not really been here. He hasn't been carrying out the mission. He hasn't been collecting the alms. And they're all kind of gossiping.
I kind of want to yell at the guy who got us, with intimidation to let us out.
He did let you out.
Well, yeah, let us out of the building into the outside world kind of thing,
Do you yell that down the stairs?
Well, I guess I'd run to catch up to him, but I just want to yell at him, telling us to let us go.
So you run across the room and kind of yell that down the stairs. And when you don't really get a response, you run down the stairs. Is anyone else going to follow him, or?
Can I talk to the nun people?
All right, yeah, you can go over and talk to them. What do you want to say?
Why are we here?
Your patients, of course. We took you in off the streets.
Interesting.
Anything else?
Where am I?
Brandon, you're just in the same room. You're in that kind of lounge area.
I'll just...
You'll what? Sorry, you cut out.
I'll wait.
Okay, Anyone else gonna do anything?
I'll just start looking at the bookshelf, seeing what I can see from my 2 feet of height.
You mostly see various religious texts from the time period, like encyclopedias, mostly just informational texts, and you're able to ascertain that this is roughly like the 1400s.
Ooh, that was a time period.
Yes, indeed.
Yep, that's most definitely a time period.
Yeah.
Anyone else would like to join Zidane?
Sure.
All right. Just for myself then, I'll say you guys all kind of head that way. And you kind of head down to a bottom floor. So you head down the stairs, and the bottom floor is roughly the same shape as the upstairs. However, there's many more rooms. The rooms that you kind of come down the stairs into is a kitchen, and then a sectioned off parlor on the other side of the stairs. And then down the hallway, there are a couple larders, and then several prison cells. It looks like roughly 20. And while you were upstairs, you could kind of smell some sort of breakfast, maybe eggs or toast or bacon, something like that. But when you came down the stairs, the only odor that you can smell is just a foul stench of just death. And what little
Punch
food...
death in the face. Say, get off my bench.
But death is like really hot according to Marvel Comics.
Oh, yeah, actually, I said get in my bed.
Yeah. According to the comics, death is like a really hot chick, and that's why Thanos kills half the universe. It's because it's a hot chick.
Slap Thanos
He
and
wants to get
Deadpool and say,
bigger.
that's my woman. Get out of here.
What little food you guys do manage to find in the kitchen is rotting or decomposed in some way. It does not look ingestible. The couches on the parlor are moth-eaten. Everything is dusty and damp for some reason and just generally gross. You can hear rats scuttling around, and you no longer hear any sounds of activity.
Oh, spooky, scary skeleton time.
There are 2 doors on either side of the room. Both of them are locked. One doesn't really have a window. You can't really see through it. But the other, which is on the far right side of the room, has a window nearby, and you can see it's some sort of yard.
Is it a nice yard?
I mean, relatively.
Okay, cool.
Wait, a yard?
Yeah.
I mean,
Is it
what's
like a
outside?
fenced-in yard?
Yeah, like a fenced-in kind of big...
A prison yard.
Yeah, like recreational yard. And you see a couple buildings down in the kind of bottom area there.
That sounds pretty cool. I want to explore that.
Door's locked.
Oh,
I'll kick it down.
Roll an athletics check.
As it rolls across my floor. Oh, I got 8 with +6.
Jesus.
So
That's
15?
that's
No,
still
I'm
not going to
stupid.
do it. These are pretty sturdy doors. Which is impressive because the rest of the place looks like it's falling apart, but the doors look like they were built correctly.
Did you say there was a window? Was it in the door or like...
It was in the door. It's not really big enough for anyone to really get through.
But I'm like 3
can
foot
I
tall.
try?
Can we use
It'll take a
like
minute to like throw my
someone
beard
is
through
a-
it,
It's like a
battling ram?
It's like a peephole.
Oh, so it's not a Lucy-sized hole?
No.
Dang it.
While you guys are kind of trying to figure out what to do about this door, you hear a sort of scream coming from down the hall.
I want to go check it out.
Ooh. Yeah, danger. I like that.
So, both of you roll perception checks.
No, Kitty, don't. Shit, sorry. She took Lily's dice. No.
Oh no.
Wait. Oh no.
I got it back.
I got a total of 19.
All right.
I rolled a 16 with a...
I rolled a 19 and perception +3. So 21.
Okay. So there are 2 rooms that you could have heard the screaming from. You're not really certain which. So excellent. Okay, so Zidane, you go way farther down the hallway than Rachel's character does. Rachel's character kind of just gets down the hallway, and she kind of turns to a door on her right, which would mean on the left when it comes to the drawing. And the door is open, and there's nothing really in there, but she kind of steps in anyways, and the door locks shut behind you. And you are stuck in another cell. The only thing that is visible is a candlestick. There's not even a bed in here. And it is dark.
Great going, right?
Zidane, you go much farther down, but we'll kind of rejoin you once Rachel figures out how to get out.
Okay, so it's just a candle.
Mm-hmm.
Can I start screaming?
You guys hear the gnomish prisoner start
Battle
screaming.
cry, okay?
Battle cry, okay. Are you going to go into battle with the door?
Yes. Oh, it's good.
I'm just like, what a loser.
Wow,
I'm gonna
thanks.
respond with some like witty comment.
Is there anything that you would like to do?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna pick up the candle and like go around it.
So, you go to kind of pull the candle out of its holder, out of the candlestick holder, and it won't budge. It doesn't even feel waxy like a candle should. It feels wooden.
Okay. Is there any like writing on it or something?
There isn't really any writing. However, in your investigation, you do notice that the candlestick holder and the candle all kind of move, like there's some sort of door handle.
Okay.
That's blatantly obvious.
Just open it? What?
Okay, cool, yeah. You turn the candlestick holder to the side, and you hear your door click unlocked. I didn't make that puzzle complicated because I didn't want to.
Okay.
I didn't feel like making it complicated, so I just didn't. So, Zidane, you enter some sort of study. It is immaculately decorated, and on the desk there are various papers. When you kind of take a step into the room, you hear the door click shut, and then you hear it lock.
Ooh, another puzzle. I want to read those papers.
Alright. So you start reading the papers, and one of them is a letter from King Henry the 6th. Sorry, I had to be like, wait, hold on, what am I saying here? Yeah. Is the letter from King Henry the 6th, and it is appointing someone to work at the Bethlehem Royal Hospital. And the name is kind of smudged out a bit, kind of faded with age. And there is also a draft of a letter to the king asking for essentially financial independence for the hospital. There's also a bag of what looks like coin on the desk.
Oh, yo, take the coin.
Roll a perception check.
That's 12.
You do notice that something in there seems bigger than a coin.
Ooh.
Now I would like you to roll an intelligence check. Intelligence history if you're proficient in history.
Motherfucker. I got.
What'd you get?
I got.
Does he keep cutting out for anyone else before he can say the number?
I don't keep kind of cutting out.
10? 10 is enough,
10.
actually.
Thank the Lord, I haven't had this one in it.
Yeah, right? So, you kind of stare at the paper that has the letter from the king on it to kind of try to make out who it is to. And you see the last name Crook, Crooke, and your brain instantly is able to produce a first name. And that name is Helkiah Crook. And I will type that into the chat.
Poor guy.
Please.
And he was appointed the head physician of the Bethlehem Royal Hospital in 1619.
Something tells me he's a bet. It's his name. Scream.
Psst, Zidane? He's you.
What?
Wait, who's who?
Zidane, your character realizes the way that you were able to kind of produce this first name is because it's your name.
Oh, dude, that would be some evil. Change teams.
Yeah, right. Alright, and we are going to take a pause there. Just do a quick recap, just so that everyone can kind of remember where we were at. You guys had woken up in separate cells, and you had to solve various puzzles to get out. Once out, you were in the old hospital. This is the very first kind of iteration of what the hospital really looked like. And you went downstairs in the same building and saw kind of the next thing that it became, which is just a very broken down, old, musty type area. While there, Zidane discovered his character's name, Helkiah Crook, the head physician of the hospital at the time, or at least one of the physicians. And while exploring, Helkiah found a key that looked like it went to somewhere in the kitchen parlor area. And that's kind of where we are now. So much is happening. What to give you, Zidane, is that your character is from, like, the early 1600s.
Is it working?
Oh, man.
What?
Can I have, like, doctor's tools as weapons so I just, like, start throwing scissors and scalpels at people?
For flavor, sure, your great axes are scalpels.
Is this
Can they
working
just be
now?
really big scalpels?
Zidane, you heard your character heard the door to the study that you were in unlock. And you've just kind of figured out who you are and kind of picked up the bag of coin and the key that you found inside. All of you who were out in the hallway, you kind of are just like, we don't know where he went, he kind of disappeared, but then you hear a door unlock down the hall. Is there anything anyone would like to do?
Am I still in my one room?
No.
Where am I?
You are kind of just downstairs in the kitchen parlor area.
Cool. Can I look for secret hidden passageways?
Roll an investigation check to see what you find.
I got a 9. Or wait, no, that's not investigation, sorry. I got a 13.
Alright, so you look around and kind of do your best to scope out the area. And you don't really find any hidden passageways, however, you do find that this place is very not well kept. Things are crumbling and falling apart. All of the wooden pieces are kind of rotting and disintegrating. And just all of the building is looking decrepit. The fact that it's pretty dang old kind of shows. Because remember, the last portion was in the 1400s. Lucy was a 1400s character. But Helkaya is a 1600s character.
I'm a 1400s person?
Yeah.
Oh, so we're doing like some weird time travel crap?
So I'm technically the oldest. The oldest young one.
When you said that, my
You
cat
can't
looked at me
I'll
confused.
just inject you with, like, you know, all sorts of different shit.
Oh my gosh.
Alright.
Alright.
Yeah, somebody else should probably go.
Is there anything anyone else would like to do?
Are there any of the other people?
So you guys did hear a scream when you had first come downstairs, and you kind of poke around in the other cells, and all of them are kind of put together the same, with some small exceptions. A very small handful of them actually have manacles. And in the ones that have manacles, Rachel, your character will see those kind of shadowy figures being held by the manacles. However, to the rest of you, there's just empty manacles hanging from the wall. But the majority of the rooms have beds, most of which are just straw laid on the ground. And they are in various states of disarray. And like most of them, there's brown stuff on the floor that you're hoping is mud. However, the stench does not suggest that it is actually mud. And in general, just, it seems like a bad place.
So I can see dead people?
Maybe.
Ooh. Cool.
Or you're just crazy.
Yeah, that's probably more likely.
Yeah. Alright. So, Zidane, you have a key.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do with the key?
I'm not sure. Describe my surroundings again.
So, you just came out of the study, so you're in the long hallway. At the end of the hallway, there is the kitchen/parlor, as well as the stairs back to wherever you came from. There's one door, kind of in the kitchen area, which is all the way over to the left. And you can't really see through it. That one has a lock on it. The other one is on the other side of the room. It also has a lock on it. And it leads to some sort of recreational yard.
I think I want to go to the yard door and try to unlock it with the key.
Alright, you slip the key into the lock, and it clicks open. And you kind of step into this yard. So, in this yard, there are two buildings all the way down, kind of, like, by where the rooms are in this building. And both of them are really small buildings. You'd assume, like, one's a bathhouse, and one, was for doing laundry during this time period. And this yard is a recreational yard, but it also is serving another purpose. As you walk around and walk along the side of the building, you see a handful of shallow graves and bodies who had just kind of been tossed. Bodies who had just kind of been tossed in of various sizes and of various ages. And you kind of realize that kids were probably born here. Like, prisoners were treated very, very poorly, and some were probably even raped. So there were children who were born here in these terrible conditions. Anything anyone would like to do?
Wait, did you say children got raped?
I mean, children probably got raped, but mostly women got raped.
Okay.
So, one interesting thing about the history of Bedlam is that a lot of the time, like, during these sorts of time periods, marriages are, like, arranged. And so, women who did not want to marry the people who they were, like, arranged to be married with, a handful of them would check into asylums, just because it was a way to escape. And those women didn't really have anything wrong with them. They were still, like, abused and treated lesser. Bad places. While you kind of look at the shallow graves, you notice that there is a skull with a hole in it next to those graves. Zidane, if you would like to roll a history check, you might be able to kind of figure out what that is.
Oh, there's no way in hell I'm going to pass that garbage. I have a -1 in history.
You have a -1?
I'll give you advantage because you're a doctor.
Oh, you'll give me Okay, great, thanks. Let me pull up. Oh, yeah, I do it. There we go. Motherfucker went across my room. I got 11.
Well, good enough.
So 10.
Yeah. Good enough. So this was a very early treatment for mania. It was believed that, like, the demons that live inside your head needed to be bored out somehow. And so a very, very early treatment for that was just straight up boring a hole in the skull and just hoping it fixes it.
Man, that sounds like a genius idea.
Kind of like a
Why didn't I ever
lobotomy.
think of that?
Why don't we do that more often?
I mean,
Yeah.
again, lobotomy.
What?
Basically an early lobotomy. It's great. It's a good time.
Sounds wonderful. Hey, Mariana, when are you going to do that to me?
I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. Is there anything anyone would like to do?
I
I
join
want-
the yard.
Oh, okay.
I'll go into the yard and see if there's anything to play with.
I mean, there's the skull with a hole in it.
Heck yeah!
Other than that, it's just it's a mossy yard. It is very dark out. It looks like early evening. You realize that you are inside a city. You kind of look around and see various buildings around, somewhere in London. Or I guess just rather somewhere in England. Based on the architecture. And this yard is just the most decrepit, sad thing. There isn't any trees. There's barely any grass. And it is kind of damp. And another interesting thing about the history of Bedlam. The first building that was considered Bedlam, or Bethlehem Royal Hospital, was actually built on top of an area that would flood easily with just sewage. And
Ooh.
that accounts for the dampness and the smell. Because, yeah, it would flood a lot. It was not a good time. There were, like, critics and stuff, or, like, people who were supposed to check on, like, the upkeep of these facilities. They would come in and say, like, patients who are kept here are likely to die.
Oh,
There's,
that's
like,
lovely.
yep, written recordings.
Sounds wonderful.
Not a good place. So,
Fuck yeah, lead position of a really shitty hospital.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm a paladin, man.
Yep.
I don't think this really fits.
You're performing God's work.
Yeah. God says this dude needs a hole in his forehead.
Yep. So, if you guys check out the buildings, you will notice that the laundry house is locked, but the bathhouse, if you go inside, it is just generally gross. It's just a pit toilet and disgusting. So, everyone roll an investigation check.
Everybody?
Everybody roll investigation, yeah.
Who's going first?
Just, Lily, what'd you get?
I got a 15 minus 2.
Oh, good. So 13. Rachel, what'd you get?
I got a 3 plus 8.
Jesus. 11. Zidane, what'd you get?
Oh, I got 5.
Oh, good. And last but not least, Barney.
You aren't gonna like it.
What'd you get?
22.
Well, alright. So Brandon.
My investigation is stupid high.
Yeah, yeah. So...
Wait till we get to deception and intimidation and persuasion, plus stealth.
Yeah, I was gonna say your stealth is +7, so...
Everything else is plus 8 outside of investigation.
Yeah, I know. Investigation's just +5, you know, like crazy. Anyways, so you notice while you're kind of digging around and looking at the graves, you notice that one of the skeletons has a necklace that has a key on it. And...
Well, cool, I was gonna steal the necklace anyways. Steal it and hide it from everyone.
I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, geez, what?
Do I roll too?
Yes.
And I'm rolling for perception, or deception, right?
Nope, initiative.
Where's that?
It is at the top of the page. Your initiative is +5, and you roll the d20. As you inspect this skeleton, you see that it and the other skeletons and corpses around it begin to animate.
No.
Okay, I got a 14.
All right, hold on.
I got 22.
Oh, hold on. Let's do it this way. Can we start with initiative 25 to 20?
22.
22. Zidane, you said you also got 22?
Yep.
Both of you roll a d4.
A D4?
Yeah, the higher number wins.
2.
I'm fucking looking for a D4. It's not in here. A 6?
On a d4?
I may be stupid. I don't know where. I don't know.
It's the pyramid one.
Okay, see, that's easy. Okay.
Eh,
I got a 2. Or no, 4, actually.
4? Okay, cool. So then Zidane will go first. Lily.
Woo!
Initiative 2215. Anyone in there? Okay, cool. 15 to 10.
I got 14.
All right. And then Rachel, what'd you get?
8.
Ah. Fun. And 8 is Rachel. Excellent. Cool. So, Zidane, you kind of are hanging out, kind of looking around the yard, seeing if there's anything interesting. Maybe you found a pretty rock. I don't know. But then you hear a yelp coming from over where the shallow graves are, and you see the skeletons and corpses are kind of beginning to rise. There's about 5 of them in total, 2 of which are corpses and 3 of which are just skeletons. What would you like to do?
I don't think I can be diplomatic in this situation, so I think I'm going to hit him with my really big scalpel.
All right. What are you going to hit? Are you going to hit a skeleton or a zombie?
I think I'm going to hit a skeleton.
All right, roll to hit.
I forgot. It's been a long time.
You roll the
D20,
D20.
right?
You roll the D20, and then you add your attack bonus.
My what bonus?
Attack bonus. Here, I'll look it up for you.
Oh, alright. I'll get it.
Over here, down here. Gimli. Your attack bonus, great axe. +6.
Oh, so I got 16.
Excellent. So, 16 at a skeleton, you said?
Yep.
Unfortunately... Oh, wait. 16?
Yeah?
Okay, cool. That's gonna hit. Sorry. My brain registered 16 as 12, and I don't know why. Yeah, that'll hit. So then you roll your damage. That's going to be 1d12, and then you're gonna add 4 to whatever you roll.
Okay.
If you roll high enough, you might be able to kill it in one hit.
I got 9.
+4?
And 9 plus 4, yeah.
Yeah, you kill it. It does not have a ton of health. That is exactly enough to kill it. So Zidane kind of sees these guys animating, and he just sprints over, jumps over the grave that Brandon is currently sitting in, and just decapitates one of the skeletons, and the skull kind of just falls off and rolls over to the side, completely inanimate.
I reply, "Hey, you with the giant scalpel, watch it."
Lucy, that is your turn.
Yeah! I want to whack something.
Alright, are you gonna whack a skeleton or a zombie?
I'll whack a zombie. Actually, could I get multiples of them using Radiant Sunbolt?
Do you know the wording of Radiant Sunbolt?
It's a 30-foot cone.
Okay, then yeah. You could probably get, like, 2, I'd say, like, 1 skeleton and 1 zombie.
Okay. So I have to make a ranged attack.
Is that how Radiant Sunbolt works? I don't know.
I have it pulled up right here.
Okay, so then it says make a ranged attack. Then do it. Roll the thing.
So that's a 15 to hit.
That's gonna hit both. So then, what kind of damage we doing?
Let me look at this real quick. It is 1d6 plus that thing, so that's 6 damage to both of them.
Excellent. They take it. I will tell you, the skeleton definitely loses. Like, let's see, Radiant Sunbolt. The skeleton and zombie both smell of just burning and charredness. And the skeleton's, like, bones just light on fire, a handful of them. The zombie looks a little bit better than the skeleton does, but the skeleton is definitely pretty damaged. God, math. That number. Okay, cool. Next up is the skeletons and zombies.
Wait. I have bonus action stuff.
Oh yeah, bonus action. Dude.
Those monks are cool. So as a bonus action, I can actually spend a key point and do Radiant Sunbolts again.
Oh, well then fine, do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. That's not as good. That's a 13.
That hits both of them. Do the thing.
Yeah. Okay. That's 10 points of damage.
Jesus, you kill the skeleton. It just straight up lights on fire. And the zombie definitely, like, loses an arm or more than an arm. The zombie's also kind of on fire, but not as on fire as the skeleton, who is a pile of ash now.
Yay!
I love the smell of burning calcium.
Yes, that's the good stuff.
Interesting
tasty.
wording.
Flavor. Let's see. Next up is the skeletons. So 2 of them are dead, and the zombies are super hurt. But the one that's in front of Brandon is going to make an attack on Brandon. Brandon, what's your armor class?
16, and I tell him to F off.
Oh, well, he will not, but he definitely misses. He goes
Yay.
for a swing with a big stick that he found in the side of the grave and just misses you. He's kind of not used to being upright, because he's a
My
skeleton.
luck strikes again.
Yeah, right? One of the zombies is going to go for Lucy. I'm going to say the one that she damaged is going for her. Lucy, what's your armor class?
18.
Yeah, he misses too. He rolled really low. He kind of goes to, like, just shove you down, but you are already short, so he instead just kind of falls over a bit. And the other one is going to go for Zidane's character. Zidane, do you know your armor class?
I can get it real quick.
Found it, 16.
Armor class 16.
Ooh, that
Oh,
one
man.
is going to hit.
Ouch.
And he is going to roll that number. He gets a 6, so that is 6 hit points that you subtract. He rolled real high.
Alrighty.
Next up is going to be Brandon.
Yeah.
There's a skeleton. You consider its posture threatening. There's also 2 zombies. They also have threatening posture. What would you like to
Have
do?
I gotten the key yet?
You have not. It is still around the skeleton's neck.
Alright. Well, there's only one thing to do. Thaumaturgy him and roast him to ashes.
That's not
That's
how
not thaumaturgy.
thaumaturgy works.
I can throw a fireball, can't I?
That's not how thaumaturgy works. Thaumaturgy is for, like, acting effects. So you, like, make your voice boom,
crap.
or you cause flames to flicker, or you can cause harmless tremors in the ground. Basically, you make yourself look spooky.
Which I'm
That's
assuming
sad.
doesn't work on skeletons because they're dead and they don't care about it. Wow, crap.
You do have
Alright.
a dagger, a short bow, and a short sword.
Huh. Okay.
Just for the sake of the campaign, I'm saying you guys all have your weapons.
Okay. Can I use one of my torches, light one of my arrows on fire, and shoot it into the skeleton to make him go on fire?
So, you are at point blank range.
Yeah, I have fire resistance, so I'd be fine.
That's not my concern. My concern is it would take a
How do you
long
hit fire a
time.
bow?
Okay, fine. I just take out a torch and light him on fire.
Yeah, just beat him with a torch.
So,
No, I
hold
light him
on.
on fire using a torch.
So,
I
Brandon,
just look over with my big scalpel and see you beating the shit out of a skeleton with some torch.
when you have a sword, so you remember that you have a torch in your bag. You pull it out. You run over, like, you hop out of the grave, run over to the doorway where there's a torch burning, light your torch, run back to the grave, hop back down into the grave, where the skeleton is scratching its head, super confused, and you attempt to light the skeleton on fire.
Wait, but I haven't even rolled yet.
Roll a luck check to see if the skeleton
Let's
lights
see
on
here.
fire. This is normal fire, not magical fire.
What's luck?
You just roll a flat d20, and if you roll high enough to appease me, you do it.
18.
God, you son of a flapjack.
I am the luckiest one ever.
You son of a mind flayer. Okay. You light the skeleton on fire. Roll a d4.
Yay!
Roll a d4, you son of a
4.
God. You do 4 damage to a skeleton. It looks unhappy and very obviously annoyed. That's your turn.
With the flaming skeletons, guys.
That's what you do. That's your turn. Just stop. Rachel. Alright, Rachel, there is a skeleton that is a little bit singed, and there's a zombie that is really singed, and another zombie that is not really at all singed. One skeleton is right up in melee with Brandon's character, one skeleton's right up in melee with Zidane's, and the most damaged looking one is up in melee with Lucy. What would you like to do? And just so you know, Rachel, you have a dagger, a short sword, and a rapier.
There you are.
Cool.
You're not dead.
I'll take this short sword.
Not yet.
Alright, so roll a d20, and what would you like to attack? Would you like to attack the hurt zombie, the skeleton, or the fine zombie?
The skeleton.
Okay. So then roll a d20 to hit.
Ooh, 20.
Nice! So what that means is you get to roll your damage twice. So you get to roll a d6 twice, adding them together, and then you add 3 for your modifier.
Okay, 4 and 0. So, what is that? 4.
Were
Wait,
you rolling 10?
What?
You
That's
rolled
not
this
it.
on the cube dice.
The which one?
the cube.
Cube.
Oh, the cube. Okay, wait, I rolled this one twice, right?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I still got a 4. And then 6.
Awesome. So that's
So
10 plus
10.
3 is 13. You also just straight up decapitate this skeleton. So, Brandon, what happens is you start lighting
What?
its arm on fire a little bit, and it looks kind of annoyed. And then over your head jumps this little gnome who has a short sword, and she decapitates it, and it falls limp to the ground in front of you. As she
Yeah,
also
I did
lands
something.
on top of it. And she kind of looks you in the eye and rolls her eyes.
Yeah, I'm a dumbass.
Back to the fighting. Zidane, that's your turn. There is... Let's see, she killed that skeleton. So there is 2 zombies, one that is currently attempting to attack you, and I think did attack you. And the other one.
Well, I guess I'll screw up the guy that was trying to attack me.
Alright, go ahead and roll to hit.
Alrighty.
So that's the d20.
Right. Oh, shit. I fucked this guy up. I got 25.
Yeah, that hits. Did you roll a natural 20 on that?
No, actually, I got 19, but I have plus 6
Oh,
on that
okay.
Great X.
Okay, cool. So then go ahead and roll your damage. That's, again, d12 plus 4.
By the way, if anybody wants something outrageous to happen, I have a D100.
I mean,
Oh, yeah? I got 16.
Alrighty. That's pretty darn good. The zombie is bloodied, as bloody as a zombie can be, because they don't really have blood. You cut a gaping hole in the zombie's guts, and, I mean, its guts go outside of its body. That's the words. It is not looking so hot. Next up is going to be Lucy. There's a zombie all up in your grill.
All up in my grill? Well, I'm gonna heck and slap him.
Slap the zombie.
Natural 20.
I I hate that you can roll a natural 20 and do a lot of damage by slapping them. Roll the damage die twice.
Let's see, a 4. That's...
It's dead, okay? You kill it. Just... God.
Death.
I hate how OP you are.
Woo! I love
Dude, it's
all
one
of
punch man.
What about me rolling my close to near nat 20s?
No, shut up. She killed the zombie.
Yeah, nat 20 with a torch.
Can I run over to the other one and attack that one? Because monk bonus action?
Yes, you can run over and hit Zidane's. You... God.
How bloody is he?
What?
Is he close to death?
Yeah, he's pretty close. You might kill him.
I'll just hit him once. And that's 14.
To hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits. Fun fact, zombies are not very hard to hit. They have a very low AC.
So 7 points of damage.
Oh my god, he is on death's door.
Seriously?
He has 1 hit point.
Dude.
Yo, my
You
team
could
really
knock
comes to
him
my
over
turn, I'm
with
just
a
gonna kick him in
gust
the
of
nuts.
wind. Anyways.
No. I'm gonna kick him in the nuts.
Well, you can't because it's his turn and he's gonna kick you in the nuts instead. That is a 15. That's 1 less than your AC. Damn it. He
Blocked.
fails at kicking you in the nuts.
What the heck?
Since it's so close, though, let's just say he hits me in, like, the upper thigh, you know? But it's, like, doesn't do any damage because my upper thigh is, like, whatever. I don't know.
He hits you in your beer gut.
It's like, yeah, he hits me in the beer gut, and that's just all
God.
pure man, you know?
Pure man. I hate that you said that just now. Brandon. The skeleton that had a key is dead in front of you. There's also a zombie that's kind of doing stuff, but it's like almost dead. You're not too worried about it.
Cool. I pick
Don't
up the
finish
key.
that last guy off.
I pick up the key swiftly and hide it for a rainy
Alright.
day.
Everyone roll perception against Brandon's deception or sleight of hand, whatever is higher.
Deception.
Okay, then roll for deception.
That's a d20 as well.
Yep.
Oh, cool. I got one as well.
You got a 20,
Okay.
Brandon?
Yeah, no kidding.
I got a 19.
Did
Yeah,
anyone else
17.
get a 20?
The one thing that's gonna go bad is I'm gonna start rolling 1s and 3s when it counts, and I'm gonna be like, crap.
No, I
Zidane,
rolled an 8. I
yeah.
rolled an 8.
So no one else rolled a 20. Okay, so you managed to hide the key.
Yay!
What
Save
would
it for a rainy day.
is there anything else you'd like to do?
Sure, I'll shoot the zombie with my bow.
Okay.
No, wait. I walk up to the zombie and start interrogating him.
Really? So the zombie I'm about to kick in the nuts, and you're just like,
What would you like
walk
to
up to him
say?
and I'm like, why do you want to kill me?
he just stares at you with an empty look.
Yep, that's exactly what I was about to say. He
And
just
then
growls at you.
Oh, okay. I tell him that's not a good answer and whack him on the head.
Alright, roll to whack.
No!
Okay. D20.
You bastard.
D20.
Yeah, roll the d20.
You better get something stupid low.
Well, I didn't. I got a 16.
Yeah, that's super hits. That's like double. That's double his AC.
No.
You kill the zombie. What sounds are being made right now? So, Rachel,
Oh, yeah. I have healing, too.
as those characters kind of die, as the skeletons and the zombies die, as they fall to the ground limp, you see black forms kind of standing upright and beginning to move around. Roll another Constitution saving throw.
I have 2.
You realize that they're kind of beginning to look more corporeal. They're kind of beginning to look more human. You can almost see physical features of faces in them, and you can kind of distinguish gender between them. And they're kind of
Who the
looking
heck am
more
I
and
in
more
all
real.
of this?
Huh?
Have I figured out who I am yet, or no?
No, you're last.
No. Wonderful.
You're gonna like your character, I promise.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a total butt about it.
Yeah, I know. So, next up, well, what would you guys like to do?
Look for treasure!
Attack Brandon.
You
Yeah.
aren't gonna hit that.
Alright, roll initiative against Brandon.
Okay.
Really?
17!
8.
Check in my. I got 23.
Oh, wait, you have to add stuff, right? Hold on.
Are you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
what do
actually
I add
rolling
against
initiative
him?
against him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, crap.
No.
Do I add dexterity? Or
Stop.
no?
No, I'm not. That's literally one of the number 1 rules of DMing is don't let the players actually fight each other.
But he has the key.
But I have 2 key points left.
But you don't know that. You don't know I have the key.
You don't know he has the key. So, anything anyone would like to do? Anything anyone would like to share with each other?
I just rolled initiative to 23. I want to beat his ass.
Sorry, not today. I want to look for treasure
Yeah, I'm down
Where?
for treasure.
in the graves, I guess. I don't know, wherever there's
Yeah, let's
treasure.
grave.
I want to
Let's
steal.
grave
I want to
people.
steal Zidane's gold.
Roll
My
perception or investigation to try to find treasure.
Okay. Which is higher? Alright, I'm gonna roll for investigation. I got a 17 plus 5.
God, you're one of those
Oh.
players.
I got 4.
So, girls, what you see is you see these 2 idiots start walking over to the graves like there's gonna be treasure in the hollow graves.
Wait, but I got over 20, so there is treasure.
That you don't will treasure into existence by rolling high.
Tell you what, I'll roll a d30. And if I get something above 20, you gotta give me treasure.
I mean, you didn't let me finish, but okay.
Okay.
I'm willing to make this compromise.
Damn it, I got a 7.
Let her finish.
No, I'm okay with what happened. You get nothing.
Aw.
I was going to say that you spot his gold that he got from the treasure room thing, but nope.
No, I was hoping that he would, like, if you got a really high roll, he'd get something stupid like a piece of wood or like a really torn shirt.
You find a toad.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool, I keep the toad with me.
Aww.
Where do you put
You
it?
should call him Slippy.
I put him in my backpack, because I know I have a backpack somewhere.
You should call him Slippy. Slippy was my best friend until the DM took him away from me.
I didn't take him away from
I'm
you.
gonna
You
call-
quit the
I'm
campaign.
gonna call him Slick.
I was hoping to keep him.
Not for the Bedlam campaign. Okay. Anything
I have
else?
a toad as a pet.
Brandon, roll insight.
Okay. Wow, ouch, that hurts. I got a 0.
You have never felt more stupid. You feel lost and confused and feel like that key probably means nothing and you should bury it in the grave.
Wait, I don't actually do it though, right?
I mean, do you act on that impulse?
I mean, I'm chaotic good, so you tell me.
I mean, you're the character, you tell me.
I decide not to.
Okay. Sure. Everyone else roll perception.
Alrighty.
Because he's clearly too stupid to figure this out.
I'm sorry, I got one bad throw with a -1, alright? Insight is not
16.
my highest point.
16, you see a key hanging out of his pocket.
Oh, buddy, another reason to beat your ass. Alright. We shall wait for Rachel.
Oh.
You know, that's fine. I'm just gonna deceive you, so it's fine.
Brandon!
Deceive.
I don't think you know how D&D works.
I'm just gonna deceive you. It's fine.
I'm just gonna say I found it and didn't know what to do with it.
It's a key!
Man, you didn't say anything?
I'll tell you, it was
Oh my god.
before I ran into you guys.
What just
Alright.
happened?
Well, I guess that's what we're doing at this point. I guess I'd yell at him about the key I found in this pocket.
Brandon, what are you telling him?
I'm telling him that I found it before I ran into you guys and didn't know what to do with it.
Brandon, roll deception versus Zidane's insight.
Oh, I don't know if this is going to be any good.
It's not.
I got 18 as a natural roll. And what was
Okay.
it? Perception? Or
Insight.
insight? Okay, that's 19 then.
Cool. I got a 23.
Fuck.
I have a 15 plus 8 on deception, so sue me.
Okay.
How do you have a
I was
plus
happy with that roll, man.
So, you are convinced that he is telling the truth. However, you can still yell at him for not mentioning he has a key.
Alright, can I at least take the key from him?
If he'll let you.
Sure, why not?
Give me the key.
You went through all
As long
of
as
this.
I get dibs for the treasure, I don't care.
Man, some kind of good.
In my eyes, you're the one who screwed up and didn't say anything, my guy.
I'm a thief, alright?
A good thief. Wait a minute. I just put those pieces together. Alright.
Yeah, I should
good
be getting frickin' inspiration points
Hey.
on this.
No.
Think about it this way, Mariana. I'm a bad paladin. I have paladin because healing is cool. That's it.
You're right. Alright. So, Zidane, what will you do with the key?
I guess I'm gonna put it in my pocket. And just hold on to it until situation
How's
arises.
that any different from what I did?
Wait, didn't you say there was like
Yeah, but I don't
a
trust
locked
you.
house
Yeah.
in the yard?
Yeah, there's a
You
locked
can check out one of those locked houses with it.
there's a locked laundry house, and there's also another door in the kitchen that's locked.
Laundry house, I definitely need some new threats.
Woo!
Okay.
What? No, go to the other place.
Fine.
So do you go to the door of the kitchen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want haunted cutlery. Let's go.
Alright.
Oh, yo!
So-
Throwing knives.
So you turn the
Ooh,
key
yeah.
in the kitchen door, and the door swings open, and you all kind of pile in, and you are suddenly in a very different place. Let me just...
Fun. So is this like some Silent Hill crap?
I never played Silent Hill.
It's also a movie. You should watch the
It's
movie.
spooky
Well,
and
okay.
weird.
It's not
Okay.
really that spooky.
So I tossed an image into
What about they
chat.
found?
This is the new building that you find yourself in.
Ooh.
This was the kind of renovation. At some point they realized, hey, the place that Bedlam is built is too small and it keeps flooding and stuff, which sucks. So they built a new place. the area that you guys enter in is the recreation hall in the far, far, far right. And it is kind of that little box area in amidst the fields there. And you come in, there's a bunch of like little cell areas. The cells here are much smaller, and you kind of get into the recreation hall, this big kind of living room type thing, with plenty of space to move around and do stuff. You hear not a ton of sound. This is a very large building that you're in now, but you do hear the sound of electricity currents.
You're gonna get an elemental in this place.
Zidane, you could roll insight on what the electricity might be.
Alrighty, rolling now. Oh, this is not going to be that good. I got 11.
So, what do you know about electroshock?
It'll kill you if you're stupid.
It's kinky.
Whoa.
I don't want to know what you're into, Rachel.
All right, Rachel. Well, okay then.
I'm just kidding.
Well, electroshock is kind of what it could be. One of the things it could be.
So basically, somebody's getting electrocuted.
Question. While we're doing this, I would like to take a dark and I'd like to stick it in an outlet. What happens?
Dexterity saving throw? Question mark.
Someone dies.
Yeah, make a dexterity save, Lucy.
Woo! So that's a 9.
So
Lucy's dead.
6 points of damage.
Okay, I can take that.
So Rachel, what your character sees in this hall is various patients kind of milling around, and it's interesting because the patients are kind of appearing in gray, but there are other people wearing much nicer clothing, much fancier dresses, kind of looking around in awe, and they are wearing much brighter clothing. They are looking much better off. I feel like I just repeated myself a bunch, but that's okay. And you're kind of just seeing people milling around and trying to, be happy and be okay. Where would you guys like to head?
I gotta pull up the map.
I got the map, don't worry.
We're in a kitchen, right?
No, you're in the recreation hall. It's on the very far right.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Ooh, there's a
Can we
cold
head
bath
outside?
south of us.
Oh yeah, let's take a bath.
Wait,
Wait, there's a
is
map?
the whole map?
I put it in chat.
Yeah, where is the map?
It's in
Yeah,
chat.
the map is really cool.
Oh,
It's in the general
That's
chat.
cool.
Oh, damn, that is cool.
Wow.
That's the new
Okay.
building.
There's a cold bath. There's the airing ground male patients, and an airing court.
Yep. So I will tell you that to kind of get to the places you need to be, you need to kind of go to the far left and kind of work your way that way. And if you'd like, then I can just say, like, chronologically, everything that you run into from right to left. If y'all are interested in doing it that way.
What was
Sure.
it?
Like, just kind of bumping into everything as you would if you were just kind of walking through the place.
Sure.
All right. So as you're kind of walking through, and you get to that first corridor of just cells, you guys kind of get to that first area just past the airing grounds, and you find a room that is kind of cordoned off, and it is very dark in there, and what you see in there is a chair suspended from the ceiling with a, like, belt attached to it, essentially. Everyone kind of make a history check. Zidane, I'd like to give you advantage.
You giving me oh, yeah, because I'm the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, well, sadly, my history is -1, so we'll hope. I got 13.
All right. Did anyone roll a, like, 15 or higher?
I did.
Okay. So if you
I
roll
got 17 plus 6.
Nice. So you actually know what this is. It might actually jog a memory for your character. This is called the rotary machine. It is basically a gigantic chair that, well, I mean a normal chair, but a gigantic system where it spins the chair at extremely high velocities. And it is designed to, like, induce vomiting and stuff. And basically, it's supposed to get the person in it to, like, puke out the demons or puke out their mental illness.
Effective.
Mm-hmm. So that is what you are seeing in front of you.
That sounds amazing.
And I'm still just wandering around with the group with Zidane marking me.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Anything you want to do in there, or just continue?
Try the rotary machine.
Yeah, I gotta write that thing.
Please do.
Okay, so girls, I'm gonna say you guys are the ones controlling it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
fuck.
yes.
So, Zidane and Brandon roll initiative to see who hops in first.
I am blowing on this
14.
dice. I need good. I got 19.
All right,
14.
Zidane, you end up going first. You hop up into the machine, you strap yourself in, and the girls kind of crank you up, and they start to spin you.
Yeah.
Roll a Constitution saving throw to not hurl your guts out.
That's a D20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Constitution.
Jeez, you have a high Constitution.
Oh, you guys are fucked. I'm gonna be fine. Constitution. I got 25.
You rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, I rolled a nat 20. I was like, perfect.
Oh my god. Yeah. You spin around and you, like, lift up your arms and you're just like, whee! Girls, you don't know how he's doing that. He's going at velocities of, like, 100 miles an hour. Like, you don't know what to do anymore.
Dude, the best thing about this, like, Brandon's a thief. He's gonna die on that thing.
Wait, so question. If I fail my save throw, does that mean I die?
I mean, you won't flat out die.
They're just gonna debuff, probably.
We'll make Zidane carry you if you
What?
you're
Sounds good.
You're my guy for Constitution. I wanted to be a tank.
So,
Alright.
they lower you down once you've had your fun. Zidane tells your character, like, man, it's so much fun, you're gonna love it. You go up into it. It probably jogs a memory for you, too. Roll a Constitution saving throw, Brandon.
13.
That it?
Ooh.
Yeah, I have 0 Constitution.
Nice.
So, I mean, it's not low enough for you to take damage, but it is low enough for you to puke your guts out.
Whoa! Yay!
Yes.
Roll a d4 for me, Brandon.
Sure.
Projectiles
I got
on
a 1.
100 miles per hour.
The vomit only gets on Zidane.
Mother of fuck.
Woo!
I apologize sincerely. Hey, how'd you go
Sincerely.
somewhere? The best place to go was to put it in a trash bin, obviously.
Hey, man. I'm gonna, quote unquote, misplace my scalpel on my back and throw you as a weapon next time.
Just throws me and I just pull out my daggers like, stabby, 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 stabby.
Exactly.
Just like, ah!
Oh my goodness.
You must sanction this, DM.
Yes, please.
Maybe. Anyways, so you guys continue down along the hallway and you get to another treatment area. You get into an area that is essentially, well, there are two different stations. Both of them have chairs, and both of them, the chairs have straps on them. By one of them, there are various glass cups, and there is a large jar full of leeches next to those glass cups. And then on the other side of the room, there is, actually there's three things. There's that, there is a, some sort of furnace, it appears to be off, as well as some sort of water or oil sitting next to that. And then there is also just straight up, like, one where there is basically just a knife and a chair. Everyone roll
Ooh.
to kind of figure out what's going on here.
So
So
history?
what check is it?
History, yeah. And Zidane, you get advantage.
Alrighty. I got 16.
All right. What did everyone else get?
14.
7.
All right.
What am I rolling?
A d20, and you will add your history modifier.
Oh, well, I'm screwed. History. Oh, hey, I got a 20.
Nice. All right. So if you rolled a 5 or higher, you are able to recognize the... Actually, if you rolled a 10 or higher, you are able...
Sorry.
Whoopsies. You're able to recognize the bloodletting. That is where they just straight up stab you and drain you of some blood and hope that that fixes you. If you rolled a 15 or higher, you are able to recognize the cupping therapy, or like leeches, basically. There's two ways of doing this. There's either a cupping glass therapy, which is still done today, where basically they stick a cup and vacuum the air out of it and put it on your body somewhere, and it's supposed to kind of pull blood to that area and relieve some stress. Or there's cupping with leeches, where the leeches suck your blood while you get cupping.
Wait, hold up. Is medical practice to just, like, give people hickeys with glass cups?
Yep.
Oh yeah, don't you like heat it up and then
There's,
stick it on their
yeah,
back?
that's fire cupping. There's different ways
That's
of
cool.
doing cupping. If you are interested in learning about cupping glass therapy, check out the YouTube channel Unis Honest.
Oh my god. Was this a promotional video?
Memento mori.
That's not quite the right
The moment you find out your DM is a sellout.
I am a sellout, thank you. Next, there is the last one, where there's kind of a furnace and then some sort of oil. If you rolled a 20, you get to know about this one. Brandon, you're the one who rolled the 20, right?
Yeah, once history got put into it.
Yeah. So, you definitely know about this. You probably actually recognize it from some part of your past. This was blister-inducing therapy, where basically they would put like a boiling liquid on them to induce blisters or sores and hope that that fixed you.
Sounds wonderful. Must have happened to me.
Mm-hmm. And that was a
It-
kind
it
of early
probably-
1800s thing.
It probably failed, though, because they realized, oh yeah, he's a tiefling.
I mean, so talking about clothing, both Lily and Rachel are in kind of peasant garb. Zidane is kind of in worker's garb. Brandon, you are actually wearing some of the flashiest clothing here.
Yep, I'm the nice looking guy. Probably because of my...
Anything you guys want to do in here?
I want to take a jar of leeches just as a weapon.
I want to take the knife just as a weapon.
I want to look around for anything secrety.
Alright.
Ooh.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll to look around for secrets.
That's going to be perception, right?
Yes.
Cool. I got 14.
You don't really notice any secrets. It's a pretty cut and dry room. Just a bunch of torture devices. Lucy,
Woo!
I'm sending you a private DM. I'm working on pulling it up.
Whoa.
Hold on, I'm working on pulling it up. It's a
Can't be
picture.
told to the group.
I mean, it can be told to the group, but I feel like everyone's gonna get really weird.
Look, you should show
Weird.
it.
Show it.
Yeah,
It has
sure.
So private. Let's see what happens. Give me ammunition. Heck yeah.
It has to do with the leeches. God, where is it? I swear I had it.
Where are those leeches?
Where are those stupid leeches, right? I don't know why I said right. It's not like... Anyways, anything anyone else would like to... There it is. Anything anyone else would like to do.
I want to see that picture of the leeches.
Alright, fine. I'll put it in main chat.
No!
Sweet.
Hey.
Show in folder. Let's make sure it went to the right place. Of course it didn't. Why would it? Let's put it in there.
Hey,
All
Mariana,
right.
quick side note. What time are we going to end today?
Soon.
Okay.
We're not super far away from it. There it is.
It actually heals you.
I can
It's a healing
heal.
item.
Oh my god, that's the one thing I can't do as a monk is heal. Yes!
Yo,
Lily?
that's actually a really sweet item.
I will let you take that with you into the other campaign.
Really?
I've been dying for someone to get the jar of leeches for so long.
Heck yeah, I'll take it.
Anyways, yeah, so you have a jar of leeches. Yep.
Heck yeah.
So, anything anyone else would like to do before you continue?
I mean, I took my knife.
I'm satisfied.
And are there any doors or anything like that?
There are a couple doors that lead into this room, but they mostly just lead back out into the areas that you guys have been in so far.
Oh, so it's a dead end.
I mean, this room is just kind of its own room. It's kind of right in the middle of the map that I put in here.
Alright.
It's the doctor's room, if you can blow it up enough to see that.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Ah.
So,
Oh.
next, as you keep going, you get to the far left end of the room. Are there any rooms that you guys decide to investigate on the way, or any shenanigans?
All of them.
Ooh, I want to go to the padded room.
Yeah, the padded room.
Alright, you go into the padded room. It's a padded room. There's
Yeah.
pads. There's
yeah,
rooms.
baby.
Rachel's
I look
really
for
freaked
pictures
out
of
by some strange figures that are moving aggressively in there. Brandon,
I'm not doing this. This isn't me.
sounds
Better?
like it's you. If I mute you and it goes away.
It's not me.
Oh, that sounded so sad.
It
Okay.
did.
All right. Any other?
No, stop, no. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It wasn't me.
God, that was
You know
the
what we
most
could do?
alarm I've ever heard in your voice. Just no, stop! Dear God, no! She's gonna mute me. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's not being able to talk.
Yeah, sounds pretty accurate.
It's okay, it's accurate for your character. So, you guys continue down the hall if there's nothing else you'd like to do.
Wait.
I
I
mean,
want to
if we
check
keep
the
on going
secrets
down the
in the
hall, we can
patio.
escape.
Secrets
Where are you looking for said secrets?
in the padded room.
Roll for secrets.
Perception, right?
Yeah.
18.
You find a very small looking, well, it's not really that small, but it's kind of out of the way, a wooden box. And you go to pull it open, and you realize it has teeth. Everyone roll initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, these teeth.
A
That's fine.
mimic.
So I want to start
Oh, the next.
initiatives
No.
25 to 20.
Yo, I got a 4.
Ooh, pick me.
Initiatives 25 to 20.
23.
All right. 20 to
I jump
15.
and do a backhanded stab.
20 to 15.
19.
18.
All right. And then Zidane, you got a 4.
Yeah.
Rip.
All right. How much experience? Not that. How much thing? That. Yes. All right. So Brandon, as you go to lift the lid of the box, it suddenly seems to try to stick to you. It's like some sort of adhesive. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw to get away from it.
Dexterity?
Yeah.
The +5 or the +7?
Dexterity is just the normal flat roll, so it'll just be the +5.
Okay, I got a 22.
All right, you managed to get away from it pretty easily, but you have a feeling touching it is not a good idea. But you still consider its posture threatening. What would you like to do?
I tell everybody else that if you touch it, it'll calm it down.
Flying is
Wow.
a free action. What would you like to
It's an
do?
enemy, and I told Brandon I would throw him at the next enemy I saw, so I'd throw Brandon at it.
It's Brandon's
crap.
turn. Brandon, what would you like to do?
I want to tell everybody that.
You do, but you could also do something else. Yelling at your friends is a free action.
I throw a knife at it.
Alright, cool. Roll to throw the knife.
Okay, can I also tell people that?
Yes.
Okay, I got a 6.
To hit?
Yeah.
With a d20?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you miss. It hits one of the pads and just kind of sticks in the wall.
Cool.
He even hit that, dude. I was hoping he would just it would hit the wall and just kind of bounce off.
It wasn't that bad.
You're right. It hits the wall and bounces off.
No!
Ooh.
No, that's like a 4 or
Hey,
less
man,
kind of
getting a
thing.
knife to stick into a target is actually a lot harder than you think.
All right,
Yeah,
Lucy.
but he missed.
Lucy, do the thing.
I'm gonna do all the things.
I told everybody to touch it, though. They gotta touch it.
Well, it's me, so I'm gonna punch it.
Roll
Sounds
to
good.
punch.
That'll work.
Natural 1.
Oh, yeah.
Roll to escape it, because it's super sticky and weird.
Dirty 20.
Well, you escape it, but it's still sticky and weird, and you don't like it.
I'm gonna bonus action flurry of blows, so I'm gonna hit it 3 more times.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
The first one's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
That's 9 damage.
Alrighty.
The next one's a 14 to hit.
That hits.
That's 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Last one is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
And it takes 9 points of damage.
Jesus.
I still love
Why are
them.
you guys trying to kill it? What if it's friendly?
That's what I tried to tell them, but they didn't want to do that.
You consider its posture really threatening.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just keep whacking the chest. Heck yeah.
She has almost gotten it bloodied by 1 round. Okay. I'm real sick of you at this point. You know that? You're not allowed to exist, man. You
Where's
just...
the monk class, dude?
You
That's what
D&D
they're
too
good at.
well, okay?
Struck
It's
by
too good
lightning
intelligence
inside
and
the building.
Oh,
She is instantly turned to ashes.
There's lightning in the sky. It says, shut up about Randy already. You don't know what that's about.
I love Randy.
Anyways, next up is Rachel's turn.
Okay. I'll use a dagger. And, yeah.
It hisses at you as you pull out your dagger and prepare to strike. Go ahead and roll to hit.
17.
That hits. Go ahead and roll your dagger damage. I don't know how I
Roll
said
the
that.
what?
Dagger damage. That's a d4 plus 3. So you roll the pyramid and then you add 3.
Okay. 5.
Lit. It takes 5 damage and looks unhappy. I mean, it doesn't look like that did too much to it, but it just still looks unhappy.
Not as much as Lily, because she's...
It's okay, because now it's the Mimic's turn, and the Mimic is gonna try to bite Lily, because screw you.
Wait, I didn't get a turn. I couldn't do anything.
You don't get one yet. You rolled lower than the Mimic did.
Oh, fuck. Alright.
What happened?
Lily, what's your AC?
18.
Damn it. It got a 16. It does not succeed at biting you.
Darn.
I'm really upset. Zidane, it's your turn.
Oh.
I'm kidding, I love
Well, as I
you.
promised, I want to throw Brandon at it.
First of all, roll athletics to pick Brandon up, because he's like double your height.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, I'm
What's
3
going
foot
on
tall. I'm
to
3
me?
foot tall. I'm a 3 foot tall fucking
Wait.
dwarf. About to throw you
Wait,
into a monster.
wait.
I'm rolling athletics, which I have a +6 in.
Brandon, roll acrobatics to try to get away from him. It'll be a contested check.
26.
Alright.
I got that 20.
Damn it.
Yeah. Brandon, did you get a nat 20?
Yeah, I did not. Nowhere close.
Okay, cool. So, Zidane,
This is
make an attack roll.
Okay.
That's gonna be a flat
Please.
d20. You're not gonna...
Please.
A flat d20 plus your strength modifier, and you're not gonna add proficiency, so just flat d20 there.
Flat D20 and strength.
Yeah.
Please throw me into a wall. Please throw me into a wall. Please throw me into a wall.
Why do you want to be thrown
I
into
got 11. I got 11.
Okay. So, that just barely misses the Mimic. So I'm gonna say he throws it. He throws you too hard, Brandon. And you go over the Mimic and hit the wall behind it, and you take a point of damage.
Wait, but it's padded.
That's
Yeah,
exactly why it's 1.
that's why it's 1.
Bullshit.
And not 16, because I most definitely picked you up and threw you, just not accurately.
Anyways, Brandon, it's your turn.
Great. I take out my crossbow and I fire an arrow back at Zidane.
Why is there fighting?
At
I don't
Zidane?
even. Actually,
We're
wait.
supposed
What's
to kill
near
the
me?
stupid box, okay?
What's near me?
The mimic.
The stupid box.
Great. I grab a dagger out, stab the box, and throw it at Zidane.
You can only do one of those things in a turn.
Fine, you know what? I just pick up the box and throw it.
I have to do a dex roll, don't
Yeah, roll dex.
I? I don't know
Both
if
of
I have
us?
dex. That's the thing.
Just you, Brandon, for now.
21.
Jesus. Okay, yeah, you throw the box. Zidane, go ahead and roll acrobatics to try to get away
Acrobatics?
from it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm hoping. Oh no! Mother of heck!
That's all you get.
8. Oh no.
Yeah,
Piece of crap.
so the box hits you and it just sticks to you.
Have fun with that
on my
one.
chest.
Heck
Yeah.
No, I have a box in my beard.
Yeah, you have a box in your beard.
Oh, I hide liquor in there. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah. Lucy, it's your
Yeah.
turn. There's a box on Gimli's beard.
There's a box on his beard. All right.
Blow him up, Lily.
Blow him up, yes, do it. Do it.
Oh,
Help me with my master plan.
I'm gonna hit him.
I
Which
have a
is
mega constitution though, so I'm fine.
Miss.
hit the box with a 14 to hit.
That will hit.
Yes. Okay. Box takes 8 points of damage.
Okay, cool. It's bloodied.
Cool. I'm gonna spend another key point. My last key point. Flurry of blows. 3 times.
Miss.
17 to hit.
Miss.
Yeah, that hits.
Miss.
9 points of damage.
Alright.
That's a 24 to hit.
Hits.
6 points of damage. That's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Damn.
Oh my god.
That's. That didn't roll. That's a 8 points of damage.
Lily, you were supposed to miss all of them.
Well, screw you.
Lucy, finish the box.
Woo! So, why is it his beard?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hit it right in the back, knocking out the bottom part of the box. Then I'm gonna hit him again, knocking out all his feet. And I'm gonna hit it again and knock it out of his beard. Yeah.
My beard is back to its former glory.
Take his beard off. Take his beard off.
No.
Yes.
It's not how that works.
I store things in that beard. I can actually. I'm pretty sure when I originally created the character, I was deciding to use it kind of like Spider-Man, so I could just grab things with it.
Like Rapunzel.
Oh my god.
Imagine,
Does it have a hand?
imagine being Flynn
Whoa.
Rider, climbing this tower, this beautiful mane of golden hair, and you get to the top, and it's a fucking dwarf's beard.
I mean, I'm 3 foot tall with a 6 foot beard, so I do have some reach with the thing, you know.
Sounds good to me.
Brandon, I don't want to know what you're into. So you guys continue
Zidane.
down the hallway.
Zidane, this is very important.
What do you want?
You want to be in my harem?
Be in your what?
Harem.
So here's what's funny
No.
about that. So far, there are only males in your harem, Brandon. Just want to point that
ask
out.
any of the girls, they're just going
Brandon,
to
gay is
find
okay, my man.
NPCs.
Brandon, we already know you don't have to try to justify it.
It's okay.
No.
Gay is
I need
okay,
to find
man.
the
Gay is
NPCs. And so far, there have been zip girl NPCs. So
There's 2 other chicks in the party, my guy.
I'm
Why
7.
don't you try to convince them?
because the last time I said something
It's
close
Brandon
to
and
that,
his
they
harem.
got really awkward.
Well, what did you expect?
You were alone in a room
Exactly.
with 3 girls talking about a harem.
Exactly. Now, how do you think I feel?
Alright. You guys continue
So
down the hall. You get to the far left end of the hall. You go up into the thing with the place.
Wait, was there anything in the box, or was it just a box?
It was a mimic.
The
I
box
checked the
was
mimic's
back
remains for anything good.
Cool.
Okay.
You got a tooth.
Perception.
Yeah, investigation.
Can I take a short rest?
25.
You find its heart. Because it's a mimic.
Ooh.
And
What do
Lucy,
you do with the mimic?
Lucy, if you can convince them, you guys could take a long rest in here.
Oh my goodness, can we sleep?
Yes.
In a padded room that one of you two is looking at and seeing like fucking crazy ass shadows in.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's demonic and all that shit.
Maybe not.
By the way, I
side.
take the heart with me in case you didn't know.
That's weird.
It's okay, I'll just bully him
It's
out
for a
of it later.
snack, you know?
Heart
no.
jerky, my favorite.
No,
Hold
just
up.
enchant
If we
it
take a
later
long
and
rest,
then...
I can play my bagpipes.
Yeah, but shadows.
We'll take watch. We'll do watches and stuff.
Okay. As long as Lucy's there, we're good.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Cool. I do my like ninja sleeping technique where I have like a cloaking blanket and just sleep on the roof.
Or in a
What?
padded
Padded
cell.
room.
Exactly.
Snuggle puddle.
Sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
No.
One
You
big
guys-
bed.
I'll
One big bed. One big
One
bed.
big bed.
provide-
One big bed.
No, I want to
See,
sleep on
I'll provide the musical entertainment.
I
No.
want to sleep on the ceiling.
Yes.
Wait, so it's just me and Lucy? Snuggle puddle.
Yeah.
Sleep on the ceiling.
Okay, now what?
Okay, so you
I'm
all
gonna
sleep. That means you get all of your spells. Lucy gets your key points, and your guys' hit points go back to their maximum.
Yay, I'm back to 8. When do I get to
I
increase
haven't
my
used
hit
any of my
points?
skills. I need to use my healing skill at some point. Like, that's a useful skill. I
The
heal
problem
5
is
points
that
of
you
damage.
probably heal me.
I mean, if I'm going to heal you, it's because I need you to be a little bit stronger when I throw you next time.
Love that.
Great.
So you
Can't
guys
just have you,
continue.
like, crumpling into a ball of idiots. And I hit him with you.
You guys continue down the hallway. And you kind of go up into that last little branch, kind of like, it's like the area that you started in, but on the other side now. And this is called, if you can read that, the Incurable Ward. This is where
Cool
they
idea.
stuck the especially dangerous patients.
Oh, sounds wonderful.
Ah.
So, Rachel and Brandon,
Yeah.
you both feel particularly drawn to the two cells that are kind of at the front there. Brandon, you're drawn to the one kind of farther north. Rachel, you're drawn to the one farther south.
Am I gonna be like some crazy doctor guy? Or wait, no, Zidane's already that, huh?
So we're going to start with Rachel. You kind of go into this cell that you're kind of drawn to. And you enter a very grimy cell. The straw bedding is like urine soaked, and there are chains on the wall. Blood covers the floor, and in one corner sits a chair.
Nope.
In one corner sits a chair with a baby doll on it. You walk over to the corner, and you kind of look at the doll. And on the back of the doll, you see a name that you recognize as yours.
Hey.
And that name is Esther Hannah Still.
Esther.
Good name.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Esther Hannah Still was admitted into Bedlam in the 1800s. She was diagnosed with depression and mania. And in the images of her that were taken, she is depicted holding a baby doll. And I will throw a picture of her in the chat right about now. Boop.
Ooh.
Ah, lovely.
That's you.
Wait, she looks like an old lady.
Well, she has depression and mania. Mania is basically, by the way, mania is basically just they act weird. That could mean schizophrenia. That could mean bipolarity. I chose to interpret it as more of like schizophrenia. So
My real question is, why do you look like John Goodman?
oh my gosh. So Brandon, your cell actually has a door, like a nice, like mahogany door, and you kind of push into it, and you enter an ornate bedroom. There's lush bedding and carpeting, and the royal colors of red and purple are dominant features. There are curtains hiding a window, but it is sealed shut. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, come on. I just walked into the room. 14.
Okay. You begin foaming at the mouth.
Ooh.
And
Great. Do I have...
you go
ratted?
you go into a fit of mania. You are kind of convulsing. You are talking just incessantly, and you lose control of yourself for a bit. And you kind of regain composure. When you do, you're kind of in the middle of the room, and you kind of look around, and you see a mirror. And as you kind of look at yourself, you realize who you are. You are...
Dun dun dun.
King Henry III.
Wait, what? Hold up. Hold up.
Yo, I've been throwing a king this whole time.
Does that mean everybody has to bow to me now? Cause...
No.
No way in hell. I'm still throwing you.
Okay.
So-
I'm not gonna be a nice guy after this.
So King Henry III was known as the, like, crazy King Henry. He was the one who managed to lose the American colonies. He was known for just generally being really weird. And he was admitted into Bedlam under the care of James Monroe. And this is when you get to learn about the awful people. The Monroe dynasty. So at some point, Bedlam managed to kind of get its independence financially, and it kind of became its own self-contained thing. And after a little bit came the Monroe dynasty. The Monroes were very, very sadistic family. Starting with, I don't know, their names all start with J's. Hold on, I got it. Starting with one of them, and ending with another one of them. And it ended with James Monroe, who was the one who treated you, Brandon. And he was known for, well, all of them were known for believing that mental illness was not something that can be cured. It's something you're stuck with, and it can't be fixed, so you may as well just not even have time or money wasted on you. So they did a lot of bad things. Like, Rachel, you saw when you first came into this new building that there were shadows of patients, but there were also shadows of people who were innately dressed. That is because they kind of had a policy where you could kind of come in and, you know, pay to kind of see your family that's in there. However, after a little bit, it began to kind of be misused. And rich people would pay to come in and laugh at the people who were foaming at the mouth and crazy. And there's a famous painting actually done about it, and I'll kind of look that up while I talk here. But the Monroes did a lot of very, very bad things. And there was 4 generations of Monroe physicians in charge, and it ended with James. So let me look up the picture. God damn it.
That's
Okay.
a pretty painting.
Yeah, that is a painting of rich people coming into Bedlam and laughing at the poor people. And you guys kind of all remember and realize this information. And you feel, and feel is the appropriate word, you feel a voice enter your mind. And it says, "Face me in the airing court."
Wait, so I have a question.
Yes.
If I'm William the Third, does that mean William the Third was a tiefling?
No, you're Henry the Third.
Okay,
For
either way,
starters. And, sure. I mean,
Miss Steele, you hear that? Henry the Third was a tiefling. New discovery.
Yes.
Offensive.
oh my goodness. Okay. So, you guys feel this voice enter your mind saying, "Meet me in the place." Meet me in the
place.
the airing court. I said the place because I was thinking about something that I'm pulling up.
I think then we should probably just go there then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. God, the image quality is too low. No. Okay, you guys go out into the airing court. And you see him, the man, the myth, the legend, James Monroe. However,
Hey.
Bum, bum, bum.
However, there are tentacles kind of growing out of where his nose and mouth would be. There is his head is
So he's Cthulhu?
his head is a purplish hue, and he is a mind flayer, also known as an illithid.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Cool.
All right, roll initiative.
Yay.
Alright.
Okay.
17.
Whoa. Slow down. Can I get initiatives? Oh, Jesus. Can I get initiatives 25 to 20?
Hold up a sec. I was going on my phone. 25 to 20, you said?
Yeah, is there anyone in 25 to 20?
I got 21.
Alrighty. Anyone else in 25 to 20? Alrighty. 20 to 15? No one?
Wow.
That's good. Let's go 15 to 10.
Yeah, 14.
Oh, and 10.
Okay, good. And then Brandon, what did you get?
17.
Wait.
What?
Wait.
Dumb. We need to go, Brandon.
What's up? What I miss?
You're supposed to... She thought you got like a 4.
Alexa! Shush!
Jeez, Alexa.
as we wait for collector bots.
Yeah. Sorry, you guys all rolled higher than him.
Seriously?
Jeez, what did he roll?
A 2. Shout out to the 2 crew.
Yo.
Yes.
Man, he is a sucky mind flayer.
Hey, he's doing his best, okay? He's working on. There's the stats. Jesus.
Oh no. Oh, I don't like this.
Just one mind player, right?
Huh?
Just the one?
Bring it on.
Just the one. God, that doesn't give me his attack stats. What? Why? I need to know what he does when he fights people. Can you guys hear my cat
Probably tries to
meowing?
kill them.
Well,
He probably uses psychological tactics.
I mean, a little bit, but like,
Do you need help?
I'm trying to find it.
And you can't give us the stats.
I can't.
Okay, I can't look it up for you then. Okay. Darn.
There we go. Okay, sure. Sure, this works. Okay, cool. So, Zidane, you are first. What'd you like to do?
I mean, okay, this looks like a really, really bad game. As much as I would like to throw Brandon at it, I think I'm just going to poke it with my really sharp stick.
No. Throw me at it.
Oh, you want me to? Okay, I'll throw him at it then. Jeez.
Combo attack time.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you poke him with your sharp stick.
What? Okay, fine.
Roll the
what
poke.
about me? Wait, what? Wait. I thought he was throwing me at it.
Yeah, you got overruled by the DM.
Aw.
God, you sound so distraught. Wait! I thought I was gonna get thrown!
I am distraught. I wanted a combo attack.
Well, it sucks to suck, nerd.
Man.
Shadow clone jutsu. I turn into the stick.
It's. I was just being funny about my scalpel, man. I'm just gonna hit it with my scalpel.
Aww.
You have to be like an attachment to my scalpel.
Yeah, attachment
turn
to
into
the
a
scalpel.
Yeah, become like an explosive. And then I could just put you on the scalpel and throw the scalpel at him?
Yeah, you throw the scalpel.
Yeah, and then like, since you turned into an explosive, you just explode on impact and blow him
Wait, what?
up. Well, he wants to be thrown, so I'm just like trying to find...
I zoned out for a second. That's not how people work. You can't turn into explosives.
Transformation jutsu.
That's for druids only.
Aw, wait, hold up. But I'm talking Naruto time now. You know, ninjutsu.
Does your character sheet say you have the skill?
Yes.
I would like to confirm that to DM.
It does not.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna throw my pointy stick at it.
Okay, cool. Throw the pointy stick.
Alrighty. Get your sheet. It's a d20 and adding what again? Forget.
You add your attack bonus, which I believe is +7 for the pointy stick. +6.
+6, yeah. Alright, I got an 8 + 6. 14.
That's going to hit. Go ahead and roll the pointy stick damage.
Alright, d12.
And just above game, I am nerfing his stats a little bit because throwing an actual mind flare at you would be mean, but he's still a mind flare, he's still a threat.
Cool.
He still has a lot of hit points. He's just, a little bit nerfed so that he's not gonna outright kill anyone with one hit.
Also, I forgot, damage is a d12 plus the damage attack bonus of the weapon, or...
Close. It's a d12 +4.
Oh, because of slashing, okay.
Yeah.
Kill.
Oh, I got 8.
Kill.
8? Alright.
Mhm.
Is that 8 + 4 or 8 total?
8 total.
Okay. Cool. He takes that, and he, doesn't even flinch when you hit him. He just kind of glares down at you. This just menacing glare. Brandon, that's your turn.
Yes, the heebie-jeebies.
Alright.
super speed across the field and try and cut his head off with a dagger.
Roll to cut head off.
Okay, so I got a 16. What do I do after that?
It's okay. 16 will hit. Go ahead and roll your dabblage.
D4, right?
With the dagger,
Dabblage?
yeah, dabblage. What, you don't know about dabblage?
I didn't roll dabblage, I rolled damage, but okay.
Okay, well, you
Is
should roll
dabblage like the
Perfect
better
for.
So 4 plus 5, so 9 damage.
What about the attack bonus?
That's for hitting it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm glad you figured it out. Okay, so he's at that number now. Okay, he felt that. He still doesn't really seem phased. He's just kind of being like, "Bring it on, come on." Rachel, that's gonna be you.
Aim for the head.
Aim for the mind flayer.
Okay. I'll take the short sword and go for the head.
All right, go do pokey things.
Oh yeah, my one question. Did the enemy get slashing? Wait, shit. What did he get? Bleeding or something like that from slashing effect?
He is not bloodied, if that's what you're asking.
I don't know. It just says that for damage, it's slashing. Dumb. It's damage type.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yep.
No.
I rolled a 20.
To hit?
Yes.
Natural or dirty?
Natural.
Okay, awesome. That means you're gonna roll your
Nice.
damage dice twice.
So that's the which one?
What are you hitting with again? The short sword?
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be 2d6 plus 3.
Okay.
Man, Rachel out here with a nat 20.
11.
11, is that adding the 3 or total?
Yes. Adding the 3.
Okay, yeah, so total. Okay, so minus... I realized I said the same thing when I said adding the 3 to total. Okay, cool. He's looking hurt. He's looking kind of hurt. You guys are all hitting him, and he's not super happy, but he's doing. Lucy, that's your turn.
All right. Well, gonna punch him.
Okay, go punch
Has
him.
anybody tried asking him why he's doing that?
Who wants to be a diplomat? Like, come on.
No, 24 to hit.
That hits.
All right. So that first strike is 7 damage.
Alrighty, he takes that.
The key point flurry of blows. That's the 12 to hit.
That does not hit. Sorry.
That's a 20 to hit. I'm 30.
That hits.
So that's 6 points of damage.
Alrighty.
And then a 10 to hit.
That will miss.
I did not do good.
I will tell you he is almost bloodied. If that last hit had hit, he'd probably be right bloodied.
Woo!
Yeah, and this is me not nerfing his hit points, so that's
Doing
fun.
great, guys.
So you feel, what's he going to do? You feel, you feel psychic energy, radiating around you, and you just feel, it's like a splitting migraine. It feels like your head is going to explode. Everyone make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, intelligence?
Motherfucker.
Well, crap.
Intelligence. Oh, this is gonna be great.
Hold on.
Oh,
Can I get a rethrow?
No.
26.
Okay, hold on. So, for anyone who rolled a 16 or lower, you take 8 points of damage.
8.
I'm
I
dead.
was 0, so...
Yay.
Wait, no, you got all your health back. Remember from sleeping?
I am dead.
Still?
My hit points are 8. I am dead.
Wait, what?
You have 8
So-
hit points.
So, Brandon.
No, not kidding you.
Brandon, what that means for you is you are just unconscious, and you will start doing death saving throws on your turn. 3 failures means your character dies. 3 successes means they save.
Oh, great. Yeah, no, this is gonna go horribly. All right.
I mean, all you have to roll is 10 or higher to succeed on a death save, so you should be okay. Plus, we have a paladin and a jar of
Do you
leeches.
remember what happened to Chad?
Yeah, paladin and a jar of leeches. You'll be fine.
I got you, Sam.
All right. And the Mind Flayer
that's
just kind of
gonna
crosses his arms with a smug expression. Zidane, that's your turn.
Yes. Right,
Talk
I'm
to
gonna poke
him.
him with the stick again.
Talk to him. Talk to
Poke
him.
him with the stick,
Talk
heck
to
you.
him.
Stick it to him.
I appreciate the pun.
Oh, 11 to hit.
Nope. Not quite.
Beautiful.
Okay, cool. Brandon, roll a d20.
Sure thing. Cool, I got an 11.
That's a success. All right,
Yay.
on a death
What?
save.
Oh, it does say I'm done.
Rachel, that's your turn.
Okay. 9.
To hit?
Mm-hmm.
Did you roll the d20?
Yes.
Okay, that misses then. You guys are all kind of reeling from this just psychic blast and reeling from the fact that you just watched your friend go down. Next up is going to be Lucy.
All right. Well, I'm gonna punch him
Roll to punch him.
because you see, that's what I do best. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
So that's 8 points of damage.
All right.
And I'm gonna spend another key point. Flurry of blows.
All right, he's bloodied.
I love monks. All right. That's a 12 to hit.
That's going to miss.
All right, then 10 to hit. Jeez.
Nope.
And a 15 to hit.
That one will hit.
And that one is 8 points of damage.
Alrighty.
Woo!
Man, what is it with you doing 8 damage?
I don't know, man. My dice really likes it.
Alright. So he... What's he going to do next? Well, I don't want to let him do that. He is going to try to hit... Actually, he'll just pull out his mace. He has a mace, and he pulls it out, and he's going to try to swing it at Lucy, because she's being a little shit.
Okay. You can try.
Lucy, what is your AC?
18.
Oh, Jesus. Well, he doesn't hit. He got a little bit too cocky and just kind of missed on the swing. Zidane, that's going to be you.
Alrighty. Poke it with the stick.
All right, poke it good.
Ah, nat 20.
Yes! Roll your damage twice.
Alrighty. $11 and 3.
So, 11 and 3 and 3, right?
Or 4 because of
4.
the great axe.
All right, so 11 and 3 is 14 plus 4 is 18. So he takes 18 points of damage and looks not happy about it.
Woo!
His frowns look
He's
kind of
not happy.
weird, but you can tell he's frowning. Speaking of
He's
someone,
not happy because he's getting beaten by a guy with a stick.
basically,
It's a big scalpel, man.
that's definitely what
Sure.
it is. Oh Jesus, that's how low he is? Oh, that's pretty low.
So he's
That-
like really not happy now.
Yeah, he's really not happy. He's at like, if you had to guess, like a fourth of what he's usually.
Jeez.
Oh, I hit him hard then.
Yeah. I mean, he was already kind of low, but,
Yeah, probably.
Anyways, Brandon, death save.
Can I just not die?
Well,
No, we have to do death rolls.
roll a d20.
19.
19. Hey! One more success and you're stable.
Yeah,
Next.
I don't want to die.
Well, I don't want you to die either. That's why I didn't do what I could have done. Rachel.
Ooh.
That's your turn.
17.
That hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
What is it again?
Um,
Sorry.
That's fine. You don't really have it in front of you. Are you using the dagger, the short sword, or the rapier?
I forgot. Short sword, I think.
Okay, cool. So that's 1d6, and then you're adding 3.
Okay. 6, 7, 9. 9.
Alright. That's gonna be 9 damage to the Mind Flayer. I don't know.
No! The Australian.
Don't ask me why I went Australian. It just is what happened. Lucy.
Oh my God.
If you have a good round, you might kill it.
Can I
But
talk Australian? Please.
I don't have a really good Australian accent. Man.
Alright.
that's 21 to hit.
That hits.
That's 9 damage.
Okay.
And last key point, flurry of blows, 3 strikes. It's 22 to hit,
That hits.
which is 9 damage.
Finish him.
Woo! Good. My next roll is a natural 1. I mean, I'm just gonna punch him in his tentacle face, dude. Like a bad guy.
So, as she hits him this last time, these last few times, he's kind of begging at this point for his life. He's saying, like, no, please, I resign, please. And as she kind of delivers this final blow, you hear just this shriek inside your guys' mind. Just this, no! As he goes down. And you are able to successfully kill him. You guys are able to
Good thing I'm
successfully...
already down.
You guys are able to successfully heal Brandon.
Yeah.
I'm back, baby.
Poor leeches on him.
No, I am a king. I deserve better treatment than that.
Take the leeches. Keeps pouring
Bow,
out.
peasant.
Ugh.
And you guys managed to escape from Bedlam.
Yeah.
Ooh, can we harvest his body?
That's such a weird question, and I'm gonna pretend
Yeah.
like you didn't ask it.
Mind flayer parts must go for like a fortune.
No. So, what caused the eventual better treatment of the mentally ill in England was actually James Monroe's resignation as a physician, and he resigned because he had this mantra of, once you're sick, you can't get better, you'll never be better. And then he treated Brandon's character, King Henry III, and Brandon's character got better. And there was a lot of outrage. Everyone was told that King was never going to get better. King got better, and they were just like, how dare you? And yeah, it led to the better treatment and closing of a handful of asylums in England. But America's a different issue.
Yes, we're all about pulling ourselves up with the bootstraps.
Mm-hmm. And that's where we'll stop.
Yeah.
Bwah, bwah, bwah.
How much gold did we get?